Lesson 8, Factoring Trinomials, Part 2. So now the only difference between what we did in Lesson 7 is now our A is no longer 1. So our A is 2, our B is 5, and our C is 3. And the only other thing we need to figure out is our A times our C. So 2 times 3, which is 6. So we want two numbers that add up to B, which is 5, and multiply together to get AC, which is 6. So 1 times 6 and 2 times 3, our numbers are 2 and 3. Oops, that just looks stupid. Oh well. Now, because A is no longer 1, we can't automatically put it into the brackets. What we have to do is break up our middle term. So instead of writing 5x, we're going to write a 2x and a 3x. So 2x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 3. So break up the middle term. Your next step is to split into two groups. And you're going to take out your greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor in our first group is 2x. And the greatest common factor in our second group is a 3. Now you're going to factor out those numbers. So we have a 2x on the outside. What's going to be left? The 2's will cancel, and x squared divided by x is just an x. 2x divided by 2x cancels to be 1, plus 3. 3x divided by 3 is x, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now, if you get to this step and you notice that your brackets are the same, x plus 1 and x plus 1, you did it right. If you get your brackets to be different, you did something wrong. The last step is to write your factored binomial. So we're going to divide by an x plus 1, so our first term is inside the brackets, x plus 1, and our second term is everything outside of the brackets, so 2x plus 3. So this is our factored trinomial. So it's two binomials, so x plus 1 times 2x plus 3. And to verify this, you would multiply everything out and see if it worked, and it does. I know. For the next one, our A is 12, our B is 22, and our C is 8. Now, as you can see, these all are even numbers. So you can factor out a 2 right at the beginning. So divide a 2 in everything, just to make everything a little bit smaller. So on the outsides, we'd have a 2, then we have 6x squared plus 11x plus 4. So now what we're going to do is we're going to factor the inside. So A is 6, B is 11, C is 4, and A times C is 6 times 4, which is 24. So we're going to look through and find our factors of 24. So 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. And we want to find two numbers that add up to make B, which is 11, and multiply together to get 24. And the numbers that work are 8 and 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. So we're going to break up our middle term. So it's going to be 6x squared plus 8x plus 3x plus 4. And don't forget we have a 2 on the outside still. Now you're going to split it into two groups. So first group and your second group. The common factor between the first group is a 2x. And the common factor between the second group is just 1. There's nothing in common aside from 1. When we factor out a 2x, we are left with 3x plus 4 in the brackets. And when we factor out a 1, we're left with 3x plus 4 in the brackets. And don't forget that everything is multiplied by 2. Now we see that our brackets are the same, so we're going to write our first binomial is inside the brackets, and our second binomial is outside the brackets. So this is our inside, and our outside is 2x plus 1. So this is our factored trinomial. For our next one, our a is 1. Ooh, that looks silly. A is 1, b is negative 11, c is negative 35. Our a is 6. I don't know why I said 1. AC is 6 times negative 35, which is negative 210. So we have two numbers that add together to make negative 11 and multiply together to get negative 210. So we need one number to be positive and one number to be negative. So the factors of 210 are 1 times 210, 2 times 105, 3 times 70, 5 times 42, 6 times 35, 7 times 30, and 10 times 21. So we need two numbers. When you subtract them, you'll get 11, so 21 and 10. And because this is a negative number, our bigger number has to be negative, so negative 21 and positive 10 will work. So now we're going to break up our middle term. So we have 6x squared minus 21x plus 10x minus 35. Next step is to break it into two groups. Then we're going to divide in each group. So the common factor in the first group is 3x, and the common factor in the second group is 5. So if you divide out a 3x inside the brackets, you'll be left with 2x minus 7. If you take 10x divided by 5, you'll get 2x, and negative 35 divided by 5 is minus 7. Our brackets are the same, so we're going to factor out a 2x minus 7. So you're left with 2x minus 7. These will cancel, and you're left with the second bracket, which is the outside of the brackets, 3x plus 5. So this is your factored polynomial. Our next example, 6x squared minus 7x minus 10. A is 6, b is negative 7, and c is negative 10. AC is 6 times negative 10, so negative 60. So we need two numbers that add up to b, which is negative 7, and multiply together to get negative 60. And our factors of negative 60 are 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, as I write 10, and 6 times 10. There we go. So two numbers that when you subtract them from each other, we know that because this is a negative, one has to be positive and the other has to be negative. We're going to do 5 and 12. So since 7 is the bigger number, we have a positive 5 and a negative 12. Now that we've found our two numbers, we're going to split up our middle term. So we'll write 6x squared plus 5x minus 12x minus 10. Now we're going to break it into two groups and factor. So the greatest common factor in the first group is x, and in the second group is negative 2. So we'll take out an x. What's left is 6x plus 5. Take out a negative 2, and you're left with 12 divided by 2 is 6x, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Our inside of the brackets are the same, so we're going to factor out a 6x plus 5, and we're left with 6x plus 5. These cancel, and x minus 2. And that is your factored polynomial.